All right, this is just an update, a mod update on Prime from Robots in Disguise. Now, you remember one of my big complaints was this forearm kibble, and how I talked about it looks like it would have been fairly easy to implement, and a way to get it out of the way. And it actually is, because as you can see now, I can rotate these panels onto the back of his forearms, and while he does still have some truck kibble down here, it clears, gives him clear fists and hands without the little punch gauntlet there. And you can leave it forward if you want. And it also even allows, if you take the sword from Bumblebee, it even gives it just enough clearance to pass all the way through here. So you can have him hold it properly, so you can get it all the way down there, and there's just enough room for it not to hit this panel. And one of the cool things about it is it almost seems like it was originally designed this way, because when you flip it forward, you'll even hear it click into place when it reaches the end. Like, I don't know if you can hear... Like, you hear that click. It actually, it's not me pushing it all the way forward. It's not the piece hitting it from my pressure. It actually clicks into place that last little bit. So it almost seems like it was designed like that. I don't know why they decided to fix it in place like this, because folding it back like this looks much better. And I'm going to show you how to do it. I actually did the whole thing at work right here with this little hobby knife. And you see the blades out now. Now, it wouldn't have worked if they had pinned these wheels in. But since they're the pop-off type of wheels, it's just a matter of coming under here and popping, just getting some leverage and popping that wheel off. And you want to be careful, because the wheels, being pop-off wheels, do have a tendency, the first time I did this, that wheel went flying across the room. So just make sure you support it so you don't lose the wheel. So you pull the wheel out, and right under the wheel, there's a little screw. You'll see it as soon as you pop the wheel out. It's missing here, but I've got them right here. Have a little baggie set aside or whatever, because it is a very tiny screw there. You can see it right there in my hand. It's not big. So you just unscrew that, pull the screw out, and then this piece pops off as well. So you want to pop that off, and again, it can. You want to be careful. Like, I'm being more careful now because this ridge has gone down here. But you basically just got to get the leverage to pop it off of this little snap piece, just like that. Very simple. And basically, what keeps it from transforming is I've shaved. You can kind of see some of the leftover bits where I've shaved this ridge. You can see how this ring comes around, and and then it pops up on this ridge right here, this hard angle. There's the same piece on the other side. It comes to about here. And if you just shave that down, I actually just used the saw blade off of this little thing. But you could use a hobby knife. You could sand it down. There's all sorts of things you could use it. And I just basically just cut away that ridge, this whole length. Just kind of came up here and just kind of slowly shaved it down until it was even with the rest of the ring. And that is all there is to it. Once that's done, you just take this, you pop it right back on to here until it snaps into place. Take the wheel, pop it right back on, and now you've got a Prime that, like I said, clicks back up and locks into place up here. You can swivel it down out of the way. Gives it a lot more options. And it still, it still transforms into truck mode just fine. You can see there's a little bit of a gap there, which only really moves if you bump it yourself. And especially when it's all pegged together, it holds together really well. So you do get a little bit more play here in the nose section, but when you transform them into alt mode and plug it all together, it stays together pretty well. And a lot of that could be on how much you shave down. But see, once it's all tabbed together, it's a truck. It's not going to keep flopping down on you because it does click into place up here. It's honestly think it's taken me almost as long to shoot this whole video review as it took me to do on both arms. It really is a quick, simple mod. You don't have to bang out any pins. And as you can see, like, while there is a little bit more of a gap between the blue and the red down here where I shaved it, it's not... it doesn't cause any aesthetic damage to the figure. Very easy to do, and like I said, it just makes that robot mode look a little bit more streamlined, a little bit clearer, and it does give him access to more weapons, since you can now have him put weapons all the way through there, and you've got the clearance so it doesn't hit this under here. So, yeah, there it is. Just a nice, simple mod to make your Prime look a little bit better if you get this guy. I mean, honestly, that improves the figure a lot for me. It still has some issues. It doesn't fix, his kind of clunky shoulders articulation up here just due to the transformation. But it just cleans up those fists from the front And again, it didn't even look so bad from the side, although it is still there. From the back, you can kind of see the truck bits. But just a quick, simple mod you can do to your Optimus Prime. Just give him a slightly cleaner looking robot mode, a little bit more functionality in the hands, and also another step for transformation, which is, just adds a little bit more intricacy to the figure itself. And like I said, I really have no idea. Maybe just because they thought that was too thin up there. It kind of looks thin under the wheel, but there's actually, like I said, there's significant plastic hiding behind the wheel there. I have no idea why they made that design choice, because being able to fold that out of the way just does so much with just a simple thing that honestly looks like it could have been functionality that was intended to be implemented anyway, that they added some extra plastic and a screw to keep from happening. And like I said, if you decide, oh, I don't like it, or I trimmed too much, the cab's still floppy, and alt mode, I don't like it, all you have to do is pop that wheel off, clip this up, stick the screw back in, and it's locked right back in place. So it's not even just a non-aesthetically damaging mod. It's completely reversible if you choose. So there it is, just a quick update on Prime. I figured that out here at work, and figured before I lost my motivation or went home and just forgot about it. Well, I wouldn't forget about it, but you know what I mean. I just want to take the time to show that off, because it really does, I think, improve the figure a little bit. And it's easy to do. If it involved unscrewing like the whole figure and cracking things apart and pulling pins, I probably wouldn't have bothered with it. But it's such a simple modification that the time spent in making the modification, I think, makes for a much better figure. It's worth spending the time to do it, because it literally took me 5 minutes to do both sides. So there, have a better Prime.